You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Yikes. Not ready at all. What else is going on? Don't worry, I'm going to set everything up in a second. Oh, look at this. Look at my ugly face. 19 people watching on YouTube. There are 10 likes. Let's hit that thumbs up, everybody. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, thumbs up or hearts. Twitter, I don't know how many people are left there. Hit that heart. And if you are on Twitch, hit that Android, but not so hard that you hurt your computer. So, you know what, Marcus? Yeah, you know, we sold out of everything before I came on the air. We have the commission cover art left. Hold on, I'm hitting. Ooh, what did I do? Wow. I just deleted a bunch of emails without even realizing it. I hate when that happens. No, that's wrong too. I'm hitting thumbs up on my phone as well. I'm going to have to figure out what emails I deleted. So, Marcus, sorry, everything's gone. Obviously, no, it hasn't. I just haven't put it up as I'm deleting emails. Let's see. Pastor Michael, it's funny that you're here. We have a pastor of art being sold. Is it Father Greg? No, it wasn't Father Greg. Father Mike. All right, hit thumbs up on my phone as well. Put my phone on silent. How is everybody tonight? Thank you for being here. It is Friday night. You could be doing anything, but you're spending it with us, which is greatly appreciated from the bottom of our heart. So tonight tonight's a little bit of a pricier show. Usually we have more. Yeah, it's all going in. I am a trash account, Mr. Red Jack. Usually we have some more affordable art tonight. We went a little bit more high end. It's been a crazy week. We've got some Thanos versus Hulk. Check it out. We have, well, something more affordable. We have Ron Garney Hulk. We have Spider-Man by Tom Lyle. John Higgins Hellblazer. And then pages from X Factor 47 with story and art by Kieran Dwyer. Hey, Kenneth Burr, Tom Bishop, how are you?
Nick, I know I told you I wasn't going to talk a lot, but I have a fun story from today for you.
Go
about
for
original
it.
Art.
And Kyle is the one who has bronchitis.
Yes. So there is a tattoo festival in town here this weekend.
Right.
And their guest of honor is none other than Tony Moore.
Wow.
So I went down just to see what the deal was. And unlike at Comic-Con, you could walk right up and stand and talk to the guy for like 15 minutes. It was wild.
Nice.
So I went across the street to the local comic shop that's downtown here in town and bought a blank cover and walked back over, and he's doing a commission for me that I can pick up on Sunday.
That's awesome.
He never has time to do commissions at conventions.
I can imagine.
But because it's a tattoo convention, it's a little different. So it worked out all right.
The plane. God.
That's a deep
it's
cut.
funny when you're, huh?
That's
What?
a deep cut. I don't know how many people remember Fantasy Island.
For most people, Fantasy Island is an evil movie that came out from Jason Blum. And honestly, when you look at the Fantasy Island by Jason Blum, you're sitting there going, they just showed the kinder side of this on the other Fantasy Island. As you're a kid, when you see him do the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, you don't even realize that he was doing it because he really burned himself in life and was pretty much broke. Nick's face. No. People have to spend money on the tattoo. Marcus, nobody would want to pay for my face to be drawn on there. Speaking of Wrath of Khan, I watched a interview. Hey, Mikey Poo Poo in the house, Mr. Easy Go Lucky, Mr. Red Jack, Tom McDonald. Hey, Tom, I actually was just on Comic Art Live page, thumbed up the video of C2E2 and left a comment, buddy. So really cool. It was nice watching it again. So Ricardo Montalban, he did an interview and they asked him, like you were doing Fantasy Island, you did Wrath of Khan, and he said, well, we had to make the character different. So I started going over the top a little bit. And the director and I spoke about it, and he would let me know if I went too over the top. And he said, that's how I tried to separate Khan from Mr. Rourke. I also saw in the same interview, Ricardo Montalban said when Aaron Spelling went to pitch Fantasy Island and he pitched Ricardo Montalban, the ABC executive said yes right away. So when he talked to Ricardo Montalban, he said, I wish I could tell you I had a fight for you, but everybody just said yes. So I thought that was funny. So Michael, how are you? I'm working on the Ricardo Montalban impression for a spot we want to do here on the XP. All right. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Hey, how is it that 35 people are watching on YouTube and we have 26 likes because I just hit like, but there's 35 watching, 27 likes, thank you. But I hit like twice, so there should be 36 likes. Oh, well, it is what it is. Oh, you know what? You can also now hit this heart to get you a little bit more attention. I'm going to hit that heart. So, all right. He tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him around the moons of Nibia and around the Antada's maelstrom and round perdition's flames. Nice. So, nobody's failing me. 9 are waiting to see your tattoos. It's funny. My brothers and sister wanted to get a tattoo once, and they wanted me to get it with them, and I just couldn't do it. I remember my mom getting upset. No, let's find someplace else. I'll figure out someplace.
The other place has a 7:30, so you're good.
Okay, cool.
Except for that one.
Awesome. Taking a friend out to dinner tomorrow night, so Amy's trying to help me get a reservation. So he wore a fake chest plate for that movie. I did not know he had a fake chest plate. Wow. So anyway, I did not want to get the tattoo, mostly because I'll make a joke. And then I'll tell you the real reason why I didn't do it. When I was 16 years old, we went to Wildwood. Here we call it down the shore. Other places they call it the beach. For us, it's the shore. And I was in Wildwood with my friends. Yes, very sad, Comic Art Boston. I thought the movie on HBO was really well directed and produced. So I was the first of my friends to get an earring. Now, you got to remember, I'm 16 years old, so this is like 1985. So getting an earring was not a normal thing. After a week of being down the shore, when I went home, my mom saw the earring, and she was pissed. I mean, absolutely freaking pissed. And she told me to take it off. I said, Mom, I'm really tired. Can we talk about this later? And she just did not want to let up. I went upstairs, went to bed. I came home at like 7 a.m. I mean, 16 years old. I can't believe this. We were out all night, and then after everything closed, then we came home, but we stopped for breakfast, yada, yada, yada. So my mom literally comes in my room, and she is fuming, and she tears the earring out of my ear, and I swear she almost tore my ear off. She was so upset. So when my brothers and sister wanted to get a tattoo, for one thing, probably the tattoo I wanted to get was not a good tattoo. Second, all I'm thinking to myself is, I don't want her tearing the tattoo off of us. So, so anyway, going back to this now, what I didn't want to do was upset my mom. She would have been really pissed if we got tattoos. Just plus, I was younger, not as well rounded as I am now. And, I don't know if you guys ever saw that terrible movie, That's My Boy, with Adam Sandler. And I forget the guy from the other actor. He was in
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, Adam Sandberg. I would probably end up with a tattoo in my back that would be stretching with the way I've stretched in life, so it would look even more stupid. Walked over and ripped it. Oh, wait, I missed some of this. Did your father do that to you? Well, my mother did it to me. They may know each other. Let's see. Guys, 40 people watching, 31 likes. We should be at 41 likes on YouTube alone. Jersey, not Waffle House. Yeah, there's no Waffle Houses around here, which is always disappointing. They have the best hash browns in the world. I don't know what she would think of red pants. She's a tailor. She's a seamstress. She would probably kill me. Not all the way. I mean, we wouldn't want to get my mom. Should somebody kill me, I don't want anybody thinking it was my mom. By the way, this weekend's a really cool weekend. Tomorrow at 2:00, Bill Cox has Joseph Michael Linsner, someone who does a lot of work with us. So if you can, please pay attention. Saturday, tomorrow at 2:00. Sunday at 2:00, he has Adam Kubert, the Adam Kubert, on the air, which is going to be awesome. And our friend Ruben has another great interview Sunday night. There we go, with Rick Whitelock. So it's going to be cool. I'm actually doing something tomorrow that I hardly ever do. I'm going to go out to dinner with a friend of mine. My friend Seth is coming down from Long Island. And, actually, he came down already because his son goes to school at University of Delaware. So tomorrow night, going to go out, have dinner, something I don't get to do too much. Let's see, Waffle House is an experience and not just a diner. I agree, EXSFDLT. Hey, Nick, I just want to say I'm 50 pages in the Gonzalez biography with Dynamite. Thank you, David. Glad you're loving it. Some prep work for all the art you bought from Anthony the other day. Did you put it on your pillow and get a piece of original art from Anthony Barry? I wish. So, okay, so one more funny story and we'll talk about the art. It's been a crazy week, like I said. So, guys, 41 people watching on YouTube, 34 likes. Come on, let's get to 42 likes. Come on, I hit like twice. And if anybody else wants to hit like twice, please do. Oh, we got a fly in here. I own one in upstate if they are run right. Nice. So my brother, and I don't think you could get away with this anymore. My brother Mario was born December 21st. So for his birthday every year and Christmas, like anybody else whose birthday is that close to Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas holiday, you feel like you're not getting enough for Christmas. So I surprised my one brother couldn't come down, but I surprised Mario, Maria, and Pam, and we flew to Orlando the day after Christmas. And my brother hated rides, but he hated the way I drove more. I'll get into that in a second. Elder gentleman, also last name Barucci. Oh, wow, Lyle. Well, there's very few of us in the United States, so, but that's with one R, not two R's, okay? So we went down there, and my brother hated my driving. but that convinced him to go on the rides because he felt that the rides were less crazy than my driving. Anyway, every ride we went on, I would walk up to the front person and say, look, here's my brother. I embarrassed the crap out of my brother, my sister, and Pam. I would walk up and say, here's my brother's driver's license. No worries. His birthday's right before Christmas. It's the day after Christmas. He feels like he gets burned every year on Christmas, that he doesn't get enough gifts. Can we please get to the front of the line? And it worked almost every time. The one time it didn't work was for the log flume, which to me is not the best ride in Disney World, but it was one of the rides Mario was looking forward to. So I decided to think differently. So I would start cutting in line, and I would be like, oh, excuse me, I just got to go see my friend here. And I would make sure I would get somebody facing forward, not back. And then I would like coincidentally just be like, oh, hey, do you know what time it is or something like that? Just so that it looked like I knew the person in front of me. Murdoch, you were? Remind me before Christmas. We might be able to set up something special for you. We might, Rabbit. We might. I did not cut in front of the little kid. Listen, you know how many adults go to Disney World? So finally, 2-hour plus line. I get to like 10 minutes before. I'm really, really up front. And at that point, I decided, don't push your luck. You get too close, somebody's going to realize. So I call my brother, I call my sister, I call Pam. They are embarrassed, but they come to the front of the line. So I cut out, took probably almost 10 minutes to try and navigate through to get as close to the front as possible. Yeah, I took a 2-hour plus line down to 20 minutes. I tell them I'm about to get a battle to get to the front. That's funny. One time I actually gave my business card when we were at Islands of Adventure. I think that's what it was at Universal. And I told the guy I worked with Dynamic Forces. That was before Dynamite, when it was just Dynamic Forces. And I would send him a lithograph. And he's like, are you sure you don't work for the park and I'm going to get fired? I said, dude, here's my driver's license. I'm from New Jersey. I do not work for the park. You are not going to get fired. So, and then he asked for $20, which I said, sure, hold on one second. And I gave him a South Philly handshake with the $20 in there. He had never received a South Philly handshake with money in the palm, so he didn't know why I was shaking his hand. Anyway, 20 minutes in, I didn't bring too much art tonight. I thought stories would be fun. 42 people watching, 40 likes. Awesome. Watch Bill. Every time I play Pokemon Go, I will always get a wild Nick has appeared in line. Oh, man. I'm going to try that at our lunch line. You are known universally. So, I got this when Howard Chaykin was on with Bill. So, tomorrow, Sunday, make sure you watch Comic Art Live. You never know what you're going to be able to get. Until my first coin working in Iraq. Maki Poo Poo, absolutely worth the investment. Are you kidding me? I think it was like the Jaws line or something. I don't even remember. I did not get the kid fired. I gave the kid $20, and then when I got back, I not only gave him a signed lithograph, I actually threw in a signed comic. That reminds me, I actually got into first class that way once, where I told, now this is when, Stan was alive and we were able to get Stan Lee's signatures on a regular basis. The flight was almost full, and I convinced the stewardess to let me go into first class, and I promised her a Stan Lee signed book. God. Oh, I'd rather have the Stan Lee signed book now. God, Wrath of Khan director is tired of insisting that chest was all Montalban. I believe that it was all Montalban. That guy was in shape. I believe that, Tom. I believe that 100%. That's, you know what? The reason why I started telling this story, Waffle House. No, James, I did not do that. I mailed it to her later. Jeez, you got a dirty mind. So I had meetings with Home Shopping Club. It was not, so it was 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. Maybe till, no, it was 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. I had a meeting with Home Shopping Club on the 30th, and they're in Tampa. So I don't remember. It's less than a 2-hour drive, I think. I did not ask to feel his chest, but I do believe that was his real chest. I used to do Shop at Home. I don't know if anybody remembers Shop at Home with Don West. So I used to do Shop at Home in Tennessee. First time I actually got on a plane that was what's that cheap airline where you don't get a seat, you just get on the plane and then pick your seat? I forget what it's called. It's the affordable airline. Amy, do you know which one I'm talking about?
That's several now, but back then it would have probably been like Allegiant or Spirit
Southwest.
or Southwest.
It was Southwest. So I was going to Tennessee, which you got to remember, early 1990s, going to Tennessee. I'm not kidding you when you hear that the old, you ain't from around here, are you? That really, really happened. TWA, UPS. So that was the first time I flew Southwest. And I would do Shop at Home shows. And those would be like 2 to 4 in the morning sometimes. You would have them all throughout the day. And you know, there was Don West who would be yelling at the top of his lungs, "You get this is a gem in 10, ladies and gentlemen." Neither Nashville nor it wasn't. Amy, can you Google Shop at Home offices, see what their address used to be? They're out of business, but I think they became the Jewelry Channel. Knoxville, that's where I flew into, Knoxville. So, you know, outside of being told you ain't from around here, are you? Are you Italian? I was always afraid. Nowhere Games and Comics. Hey, in the house. It's been a long time, Matthias. So, no, Matthias used to watch me on Home Shopping QVC and Shop at Home.
We should give him a shout out for his big news and announcement this week.
Go ahead, give him a shout out.
So Matthias from Nowhere Comics and Games is now the sales director at Stan Sakai's imprint that is part of Dark Horse Comics.
Nice.
So he's going to cost me a lot of money, and he's not going to feel bad about it. Kind of like Nick.
Right? I remember DF on QVC with Don Wheeler and Bob Bowers. Yep, that's right. You got mighty pretty lips, boy. Oh my God. I never heard that one, Mr. Red Jack. Brian, I never heard that one. Yeah, Murdoch, you probably did. So anyway, you know, 4 a.m, the only place to eat is Waffle House when you're in Tennessee. And I loved it. You know, the eggs, the hash browns. It was fantastic. Hey, you know what? Actually, Matthias, ask Stan if he wants to do some covers for us. I would love for him to do covers for us. That would be awesome. I'll have to get the old videos from those days. You can see mullet Aaron Nick. I don't think I had the mullet. I think that was Scott Hanna who had the mullet.
Okay, his was better, but you both had one.
I did not have a mullet, man. I never had a.
I think everyone had a mullet there for about a year and a half in the late 80s.
I did not have it. Hey, James, we do easy pay with the art. 20% down and pay within 60 to 90 days. So, loved Waffle House. And then once I stopped doing Shop at Home, I hadn't been to a Waffle House in years. So we're going to the airport from Orlando. I need to drop off Pam and Mario and Maria. Operators are standing by. So all of a sudden, I see a sign for the Waffle House. And I literally, like, we were coming, and this is one of the Pam has to do everything on time. Mario has to do everything on time. My sister, she can be a little late like me. But wait, there's more. So I see the Waffle House, and I'm like, Waffle House! And we had just eaten breakfast, but I didn't care. They're like, what the heck? What is the big deal about the Waffle House? Oh my God, Ian, stop it. Stan Sakai doing Vampirella, Red Sonja, and Deja? Absolutely, Preston. It would be awesome also if we put Usagi Yojimbo on there. We should do a crossover too. That would be fun. Usagi Yojimbo versus the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters with Vampirella. That would we could actually have fun with it. No, with Army of Darkness. Anyway, so we go to the Waffle House. They never understood the big deal, but I finally got to eat Waffle House again, which was great. Now the only time I get Waffle House is when I go to Baltimore Comic-Con on the ride down or the ride back. So this is Nick Hill's 27 minutes talking about Waffle House and lost 3 viewers in the meanwhile. So, God. Sakai collars. That would be pretty cool. Are you able to show that Home Shopping Club video? Kyle, you got that video?
I'm working on it. Some of
Okay.
them are no longer available on the YouTubes.
Right.
I think
I
probably
thought you
because you're trying to
downloaded it.
hide your shame.
Oh,
But-
do you have the commercial? Show the commercial you made.
I'm
Well,
working
we're
on
really-
it. Like I don't have any of that stuff here with me. A lot of it's on my server at home. But I'm
Well,
trying to get the Home
yeah.
Shopping Club videos.
Murdoch, I would love to do Bucky O'Hare. I approached continuity when Neil was still alive, but you know what, Murdoch? Email me after the show. Remind me to follow up. I can talk to Michael Golden and to Chris Adams again. That's a great idea. I love Bucky O'Hare. Bucky is continuity. Yes, Marcus. I think it's co-owned by continuity and Michael Golden, but Michael let Neil handle the business end. So I would love to do that. All right. Well, he's looking. Come to Heroes Con. We'll do a midnight Waffle House run. James, I am told I cannot come to Waffle House until my arm is as big as my stomach so that I can arm wrestle you. It's not even that I have to win. I just have to be able to like put my hand there and not go like that right away. So I got to start working out. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe we should do a giveaway tonight. We'll do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. We'll find something to give away. Everybody for listening to my old man talk. Back in my day, I used to fly Southwest. I didn't know you could get on a plane and pick your seat. That was different. The funny thing is I didn't understand it. So when I asked the stewardess, she's like, "Oh, it's just a cattle call." I was like, "Huh? What do you mean?" So anyway, Mark Fung, how are you? Bucky O'Hare is low-key one of the best video games for the Red. I never played that. That'll be pretty cool. Monkey Poo Poo gift certificate to the Waffle House. I don't know, Monkey Poo Poo, but then that would be like that'd be like Bill giving away the WikiCon tickets. Only the people that actually have a Waffle House get in there. Did I have a rope for a belt with onions? No, and I'm not getting that one. I love to see the old company. Yeah, I would love to too. I mean, we've touched base with them, but we haven't. I will see. Nick, come work up here. I'll take you on the ice cruise with our 66 tire buses. That scares the crap out of me, Lyle. I don't think I'm man enough for that. I really don't think I'm man enough. Oh, you know what? Yes. Let's do that. Look at what David Matheny wrote. ! Waffle _house. Can that be the code to enter into the contest? Or do we need a hashtag? And you're not talking. All right. When you clutch your hand.
Oh, I muted my microphone. I didn't want you to hear me coughing. We can do that. I had already put the hashtag in, but I like David's better. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I like that. I like David's better too. Good call. So ! Waffle _house. That's the contest. Let's see. No, not hashtag, Marcus, exclamation point. I guess we're going to do hashtag. So, all right. So, 48 people watching, yet only 41 likes. We should have 49 likes. Come on. Vaporella Valeria, the Shebat. That would be pretty cool. Any art tonight, Stanley? Yes, we're going to do art now. All right. Let's start with, Amy gave me the sale sheet. Let's start with the most affordable piece tonight. Incredible Hulk, number 20, page 15. Ron Garney, Sal Buscema. This is gorgeous. Hulk battle scene. Check it out. Unbelievably gorgeous. Kyle, yeah, that's it. Matt Moore in the house. Shoot, if I knew you were coming, Matt, I would have brought Nightwing. I'll bring Nightwing next week for you. This is like a $600 page. This is a really cool page. A little bit of a battle going on. And Kyle put the price up there, $2.99. Ron Garney, inked by the legendary Sal Buscema. Man, Mikhail, how are you? Good to see you, sir. Mikhail has to be different. Mikhail has to be different. Jewish Dragons, how are you, man? So, look, Garney is a great artist. CJ has exclamation point dying there. Garney is a great artist. One of the best artists this industry's ever had. And he finally got the critical acclaim that he deserved and the commercial success with Berserker. I mean, his Captain America run with Mark Waid before Heroes Reborn and with Heroes Return was by far one of the best Captain America runs of all time. And then when he did the Hulk with John Byrne, it was just unbelievably fantastic. So he had some really cool linkers. I'm pretty sure he had Dan Green. He had, I think, Bob Wycheck for a little bit. But getting Sal Buscema to ink him was really, really great. And here's one page from it. It's a great page. And just offering up right now. Hold on. I remember going to White Castle for midnight runs back in the day. The place near me had the best chocolate shakes. Mr. Redjack, I got to tell you, let's be honest about one thing when it comes to White Castle. Hey, Nick, thanks for the deal. Oh, my pleasure, John. We're doing a contest too. Exclamation point waffle _ house. Hard agree. Yeah, it was terrific. It's in one of the. It's in the top 5 runs of all time. Kirby, Byrne, Wade, Garney. I mean, Grunwald almost had too long of a run with a lot of collaborators. So it's hard to pick from there. I will say Dan Jurgens' run was really good. So, no, not Berserk, Berserker. I never had chicken sliders at White Castle, so I don't know. Tim Hortons in Canada, yes. Marcus, White Castle run probably means both things once you eat a White Castle slider. What I will tell you is, Mr. Redjack, Brian, tell me if you agree or disagree, but you can only eat White Castle when you've had a few. Eating White Castle at 1, 2, 3 in the morning after you've been out with your friends and you've had a few, or eating White Castle during the day without having any libation, 2 totally different things. One way at 1, 2, 3 in the morning after a little bit of libation, White Castle's awesome. During the day or night before you go out, White Castle is like lead in your stomach. Just saying. Did you find the commercial or the video?
Is downloading.
All right. So Jurgen is underrated. He should be considered one of the masters. I agree with you, David. Matter of fact, Dan had one of the all-time best Thor runs, period. He worked with John Romita Jr. He worked with Andy Kubert. He worked with Stuart Immonen. Worked with Tom Rainey, even though Tom doesn't get the credit he deserves. He worked with some great artists on Thor and brought the best out of all of them. He was incredible on Thor. So, libations, this is end of line club, right? Hey, Walt Castle and David, yeah, you know, Kyle will understand hitting sheets at 2 a.m. or later. Is the Pancake College still in existence? I never heard of the Pancake College. Wow.
Sheets
different.
is one of those that you can hit any time of the day or night, though, TJ James. It's open 24 hours for a reason, man. Like Wawa. There's never a wrong time to go there.
There you go. Mr. Redjack agrees. It was the only place coming back from the city not to be eaten in the day or on an empty stomach. Dude, not to be eaten even on a full stomach during the day. It just goes through everything else that's in your stomach. You know what? The microwavable White Castle for supermarkets is not the same. It's not drenched in grease like, and I'm not talking about Grease the movie. I mean, like, White Castle is drenched in grease and onions, and you need all of that. So, Waffle House here is dangerous. Oh my God, that's not a good comment. Number one Marvel fan, come on, that's not nice. We're making you hungry. Matthias, hopefully not for White Castle. Figure drawing, that's exactly what I said. All that grease. So, all right. Let's do Thanos versus Hulk, number 2, page 5 and 6. Let's do page 5 first. This is a great page. Thanos versus Hulk. Check it out. You got Thanos fighting the Hulk. This is Hulk is captured. This is all in his mind. You've got Bruce Banner there. Considering where these pages are going these days, we kind of revised the page price a little bit. We've got this at $2,000 and $1,750. But I will say that let's just make it $1,600. Let's bring it down to $1,600. I guess I am lucky San Diego has 24 hours, so we don't have the companies. It's true, I never see anyone. All right. Number one Marvel fan, got it. Stop. I don't want to talk about that. That's not our thing. When I really felt like rolling the dice, I would get fried clams. Matt Moore, you are more man than I'll ever be. Fried clams at White Castle, Anaheim 120. Fried clam strips at Hojo's as a kid. All right. So we're gonna bring this down to $1,500. So this is a really great page. And then we have page 6. Again, Jim Starlin. Check it out. So sequential pages. And you see Hulk has been captured. You see Annihilus. You see Thanos. You see Bruce Banner. Everything going on in Bruce's mind. Again, $2,000 page, and we're going to do this at $1,400. So not as much of a splash. So I did bring the splash down to $1,500, and I've got this one at $1,400. Bottom right panel is a winner. Yep, winner, chicken dinner. So, you guys ever seen the movie 21? Here we go. See, I do not have a mullet. Are you putting the volume on or no?
It doesn't have volume anymore.
Oh.
I'm not saying that Scott Hanna's mullet isn't glorious, but when you turn sideways, you've got that little thing coming out the bottom that makes it a mullet.
No, dude.
You might have just needed a haircut and drifted into mullet territory.
Yeah, I needed a haircut. This was early on my Doing Home Shopping network. and dramatic lip reading. Scott was a great host, a great guest on the air. He really was. Signed by creator Bob King. God, I remember when these were only $130. That is Nick in the tan suit. Gangsta. Real cream. Listen, my hair is the same as it is now. There's one huge difference. I had more hair then. Preston, you have no idea how uncomfortable I was. I think that was my second or third show. I looked like a used car dealer.
See, I was going to say you look like someone who's going to try and sell me life insurance.
I don't know which is worse.
Well, I mean, seeing as how most of my money has been invested in comic books, you kind of were selling me life insurance.
Oh, my God, David, you're funny. So if you guys really, really want to hear something funny, I'll tell you, any witness to Kane signing. Actually, yes, it was either me or I think it was Jordana who worked for me. I'll tell you Bob Kane's story. I mean, this is funny. We used to do the signing at the Roosevelt Hotel. I did go visit him at his house once. No, he did not give it to the clown artist. He would come to the Roosevelt Hotel. Oh my God, he looks like a pro wrestler promoter. So it looks like the guy selling shares in a comic investment scam. Geez, thanks, TJ. So anyway, I'll tell you my first home shopping club story after I tell you the Bob Kane story. So Bob would come to the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood. I think it was in Hollywood. And he would sign the books. And one time we ordered room service for lunch. After we finished, he didn't eat all his food. So Bob actually took the tray that the person delivered the food to us in with the food and the silverware and took it home with him. And I'm like, Bob, I don't think you can do that. He said, Nick, I grew up Depression era kid. I never let any food go to waste. I'm like, but you're taking the silverware.
I think what he was actually saying was, it's all right, Nick, you're paying for it.
Yeah. It's fortunately I still had my part of it. He didn't take my silverware or the thing that covered my burger. So I put that outside, and at the very least, it could be like somebody wants to take it. But I'm like, oh my God, Bob Kane is stealing the silverware, the plate. He's taking it all. Depression era kid, Nick. Oh my God. I remember having lunch with Stan Lee once, and he actually said, I can't imagine spending more than $5 on a meal. I grew up Depression, I grew up poor, so I get it. I fully get it. So, Bob Kahn. All right, it's just a blessing of cast, just like the new. Thanks, David. So, my first time doing Home Shopping Network, we were working with Dane Hall and Michael, whose name I don't remember. They were the people we were selling to for Home Shopping Network. Thank you, Bueller. Took the silverware. Yeah. No, he did not take my silverware. I was so embarrassed. Oh my God. Today's story time more than selling art. So Dane quits. I get a phone call from Michael. He said, we've got a show tomorrow. Dane quit. You're doing the show. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm doing the show. You're the only other person who knows comics. You're doing the show. I said, Michael, I've never been on the air. He said, don't worry about it. He does not even give me time to think. He comes and picks me up, and he says, you need a suit. I said, well, all my suits are at my mom's. He's like, great, we're going to your mom's. So then we drive to South Philly, and we have dinner at my mom's. and I get my clothes, my suit, because I had all the other clothes. And then we drive to New York. And we have a hotel, and he's like, we're flying to Home Shopping first thing tomorrow morning. You're going to get trained. You're going on the air. Bob liberated them, right? He did leave the towels. So I can't sleep all night. I'm like, I can't go on the air. I can't go on the air. I can't go on the air. I can't do this. So I get to Home Shopping the next morning. I'm exhausted. I sleep through the training. So that night, I'm getting ready to go in the air, and the PA goes, I don't have you marked down as taking the training. Mike jumps in and is like, it's sad and funny at the same time, Comic Art Boston. It was embarrassing as can be. Mike's like, oh, they must have not checked them off. And the PA's like, are you sure? And Mike goes to the PA. One, he has to host if he wants to go on the air by himself or if he wants Nick on the air with him. So, and it was John Creemans, the guy sitting with me and Scott Hanna. Great guy. Really, really great guy. Loved comics and new comics, which was fantastic. So as I'm getting ready to go in the air, it's like 2 minutes to go time. All of a sudden, I'm feeling nauseous. And I start dry heaving because I didn't even eat dinner. So I didn't have anything in my stomach but water. And like when I dry heave, it's like my blood vessels burst. It's my eyes go red, everything. So I go in the air. This is me. Let me find. Amy, can you give me like a signed comic or a comic that anything with a certificate? Oh, I got one. Never mind. So this was me. I feel this is a plot point, first act of Nick's autobiography. Don't have to feel sorry, Bill Finger. Yeah, that is true. That is true, Marcus. So this was me on the air with Spider-Man Unlimited. And this is a copy of Spider-Man Unlimited #1. See, it is issue #1. It is great to get an issue #1 to start collecting, and it is even better to get it signed. Not only is it signed, but it's #2. It's numbered somewhere here. Oh, it's signed here, and it's numbered right here. And the number on the comic matches the number on the certificate. And Ron Lim is a really popular artist. I'm sorry, I meant artist, not writer. This is seared in my mind. This is literally my first show. How old was I at the time? 24, maybe? 23, 24? Yeah, I had butterflies in my stomach, but not for long. I didn't have anything in my stomach except for water. And then getting like Visine, like you're using anybody else's Visine to clear your eyes. They went and put more makeup on me. Where do I call to get this comic? Yes, I've gotten a little bit more comfortable, Preston. So I think that this is a good comic to buy. I think that this will be great for anyone's collection. This is a good comic to read. I really enjoyed Spider-Man Unlimited #1. I couldn't tell you what happened today, but I can tell you back then what it was. It was crazy. But one of my other appearances, and then we'll go back to showing some art. One of my other appearances, how much is? I don't have the Spider-Man Unlimited. If you want to know how much the Mike Zeck signed Secret Wars is, there's only 100 of these. Mike Zeck drew Secret Wars back in 1984. And this is the series that came out a few years ago.
I know we're doing a bit, but I'm starting to have like tics and tremors with this. Like I'm getting seriously triggered here, Nick.
Right? All right, let me just finish. So this is signed by Mike Zeck, who did Secret Wars. And not only that, but this is number 22. And it comes with a certificate of authenticity, which is also number 22. This is a good comic to buy and read. This was originally by Brian Michael Bendis, and this is the Dynamic Forces variant. Do you see the Dynamic Forces variant? So, Fancy Robot song Funky Town. Oh my God, I'm still here for the experience tonight. Thank you, Kenneth. He's ignoring the chat. I am bringing the towels home. Oh my God. Nick has not had a stroke. Oh my God. So, anyway, all right, last story because we should start showing some art. So, Jimmy Palmiotti and Billy Tucci on the air with me. You got 3 Italians on the air with John Cremins. And my William Shatner impression. William Shatner is way better than me, Steve. So this had to be like my 3rd or 4th time on the air. And the funny part is we were selling 0 Hours signed by Jerry Ordway. And Jimmy was talking about how great Jerry Ordway was as a inker and an artist. His girlfriend ordered a set of 0 Hours signed by Jerry Ordway because of the way Jimmy was talking about it. His girlfriend was one of the singers in 22 Brides. It was hysterical when he found out because he said to her, he's like, you don't think I could have got one from Nick at a little bit of a better price? But you were talking about how great it is. So anyway, I'm on the air trying to talk, and I'm talking a little bit less stuff than now. Like maybe like, oh yeah, this is a really good book. And 0 Hour by Dan Jurgens. This is changing the DC universe. It's kind of like what Crisis on Infinite Earths did. Let's see. I'm going to cry into all of them. Let's see. Fun show. Really some good laughs today. Yeah, you know what? Having fun. So all of a sudden, Billy or Jimmy pulls out Silly String. And they start spraying me with Silly String live on the air. I wish I recorded this. Lucy in the Sky. So they're hitting me with Silly String. I don't know what to do. John Cremins is cracking up. The people behind the camera are cracking up. And I'm like, oh no, it's Spider-Man. I must have done something wrong for Spider-Man to hit me with his webbing. It was so freaking bad. Just so bad. Listen, my mom would have flown down to Florida and pulled the earring out of my ear live on the air. She hated it. She absolutely hated it. So, Comic Art Boston, we've never had a show like this. We went off the rails. I'm sorry. I tell you what, there's 2 other sales shows this weekend. Joe Michael Linsner tomorrow, Comic Art Live, 2 o'clock. Adam Kubert, Sunday, Comic Art Live, 2 o'clock. Fat Jax is back on The Experience. Ruben is on the air at 8 o'clock as well. So we need a show where Amy... Listen, if Amy was going to spray me with something, I doubt it would be something as painless as Silly String. If you guys gave Amy the ability to hit me with something, she would just go all out. Lucy in the Sky with Nick's diamond earring. The cream pies would have ruined. I did not get the tattoo, James. I did not. I couldn't do it to my mom. I'm not necessarily a mama's boy, but I do love my mom, and I couldn't do it to her. She would have been really upset. Oh my God. So, Tom Lyle and Scott had it. We'll do more art next time. This show was just fun. We'll bring all the same art next week. I'll bring more affordable art. We want to get people to buy into the art of collecting. So Only if the mom tattoo set. My mom would probably still rip it off. She wouldn't even need scissors or a knife. So I missed some of this. Oh my God, you guys are really popping. What would have been? Oh, Waffle House, HSN, Waffle House, mullet, and Mom's apple pie. Amy, Steve Lipsky wants to buy a wiffle ball bat to hit me with. Please say no. More shows like this. Nick drunk. No, number one Marvel fan. No, I mean we're just having fun tonight. You know, we're just having a little bit of fun. So I don't even want to know what you're bringing up the cheese grater for. So wiffle ball bat be there in 36 hours. Oh my God. So sorry guys, we didn't do a sales show tonight, but you got 2 sales shows this weekend. You got Fat Jack's coming back on Sunday. I love you guys for being here. I had anchovy pizza last night, Marcus. You're right about that. Close. It was last night. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, nostalgia, you know. Nostalgia is good for I don't even know. At least you feel compelled to throw the dishes at the screen. Oh, the giveaway! Yes. Let me get a giveaway. Oh my God, let me get a giveaway. Yeah. You know what? Let's give away the Hulk page. Let's give away something really cool. You know what? It's Fat Jack's first show, Murdoch, on Sunday. So I don't know that it's going to be great. I mean, you know, as far as viewership, they've got Elias going on the air for the first time. So if you can support it, that'll be great.
Yeah, the Fat Jack show is going to be kind of a getting to know you, meet the new boss, different than the old boss kind of thing this week. And then once I have a little more time working with Elias, we'll kind of launch into a fuller show in what I'm hoping will be a little bit later time slot, so it works better for everybody.
Nice. What time is it?
This week is 4:30. We're hoping for them to start at 6:30.
Cool.
Or 6,
right.
Something like that.
Did everybody hit !waffle_house? Yeah, I mean, come on. Ron Garney, Sal Buscema, $600 page. Let's go all out. Let's give you guys something awesome. Yeah, the margarita pizza had the other margarita in it, right? So #waffle_house. Everybody. This is the show where the only thing we did was show 2 Starlin pages and give away a Hulk page.
If you need to, just copy and paste my comment.
There you go. No, goo, not hashtag. Exclamation point. Exclamation point, goo. I want you to get it right. So let's get the exclamation point. !waffle_house. Everybody get it. Preston, exclamation point. Got to hit the exclamation point, not hashtag. Ian, exclamation point, not hashtag. Nowhere Games and Comics, exclamation point, not hashtag. If I said hashtag, I apologize. I'm an idiot. I'm diarrhea of the mouth, constipation of the brain. My mouth moves faster than my brain. So exclamation point !waffle_house. Exclamation !waffle_house. Exclamation !waffle_house. And hit that thumbs up. We should at least be at 51 thumbs up. We got 49 people watching, and I know I scared away a lot of people. So more people should hit the thumbs up. 2 forks, 1 knife, and 2 spoons for the carding. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Everybody should have hit exclamation point !waffle_house. So let's roll that dice. I guess it's a dice. Comic Art Boss knows one more fork. Steve Lipsky wins. Oh, wow, Steve. Congratulations. Wow.
Murdoch, between Nick and Nancy McCann, I think that could be a show that could run for a very long time.
For days. Back in my day.
Well, I think
It's
people
funny.
like hearing the stories. We're going to have a talk about this.
Yeah, but some stories. What did he win?
The names will be changed to protect the litigious.
Right? Don't thank me. Thank Kyle. So, no, Stanley, I cannot go for another hour. Everybody, thank you for being here. Sorry we spent more time having talks and then selling tonight. We will change course back next Friday. Please hang out if you can. Come back and watch Nancy McCann at 9 o'clock tonight at Comics Unlimited, one of the oldest stores in the country, which is odd because she's still like 28 years old, but she is awesome. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Taji. Oh, nope. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, Comic Art Live, Bill Cox, Joe Michael Lenzner. 10 o'clock, Taji Beats. Sunday, 2 o'clock, Adam Kubert and Bill Cox. 4:30, Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. 8 o'clock, you've got Ruben the Collector, only on YouTube. 8:30, you've got Country Road Comics, and he throws a great show.
He has an Iron Man #1 slab.
He's gonna have an Iron Man #1 slab Sunday night.
Not like one of the new ones, the original Iron Man #1.
Nice. So Monday night at 5 o'clock, Miss Jen has her 2 interviews. At 6 o'clock, you've got Rex and John. Amy will show up with Rockin' Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers. 8 o'clock, you have General Disorder with Jenna Burns. 9 o'clock, you can call in and razz Kyle.
And our new friend, Bronze Age Nerd.
And Bronze Age Nerd, Chris will be there. Tuesday at 5 o'clock, we have Dan Wickline. 6 o'clock, we have Kyle, Dan, Jay Burns, and sometimes special guests talking about in stores this week. 9 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, you have Minute to Skim It. 8 o'clock, we have usually Mint Hunter Comics. Wednesday at 5 o'clock, we have Dan Wickline. 6 o'clock, Comic Collectibles with Rex, John, AR. Amy will usually come in. At 8 o'clock, we have Chuck Pino and his quiz shows, which are
Triple
fun.
T.
Triple T. 9 o'clock, we have 360 Comics. 10 o'clock, we have Henri. Thursday at 5, we have Dan Wickline. 6 o'clock, we have What's in the Box? 8 o'clock is Space Cadets. That's only an hour. We skip 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, then we have Mod Park, who always has a special guest in a cool show. 5 o'clock next Friday, Pop Goes the Writers. 7 o'clock, you're stuck with me. Everybody, love you for being here. Thank you. Really appreciate you. You could be doing anything tonight. The fact that you spend it with us is awesome. The only thing faster than Nick telling stories is Nick and her to Georgia for name more art. Raise you a slotted spoon in the meat platter. Everybody, hug your loved ones. You never know. Also, spend some time to be good to yourself. Be good to everybody else. A little bit of kindness can go a long way. The world is messed up right now. People are tense. You never know what the other person is going through. So if you can be a little bit nicer to everybody. I know everybody here is nice. I see you in the chat. But just always consider what the other person's going through. If we all pay it forward a little bit, we'll get the world to be a little bit better a little bit at a time. It takes practically the same amount of energy to smile than to frown. It takes the same amount of energy to be kind as to be dismissive. And just, it helps. It helps. Let's make the world a better place. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Hugs and love you all. Take care, everybody. Take us away, Kyle.